What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of your Sports Infusion podcast with your host, Cameron.
And your co-host Chris.
Today, guys, we have a really big topic that we have been holding off for a while, but we have been away from YouTube for quite a while. Don't you agree?
Yes, I do.
We have been off YouTube for quite a while. Anyways, guys and girls, today we are hitting the topic of Nebraska high school basketball, all the way from Class A to Class D2. We're not doing any pre-show talk today. We're just going deep dive into all the teams. We're going to do the top eight, so the teams who would technically make state in all the classes, and we're just going to kind of dive in. So the first team we are going to deep dive into is Bellevue West. Let me get over to that quickly. Kind of go over stats a little bit. Hi, Chris. Tell us what stands out to you. Once you
Hold up, it's loading.
All right. So, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this with Bellevue West being technically the number one team in Class A, technically makes them the number one high school team in Nebraska. Which actually Maxpreps has them as the fifth ranked team in Nebraska. But Maxpreps and NSAA kind of have different ranking systems. Are you there yet?
Yeah.
All right. Go over to stats and kind of tell us what pokes out to you.
Lead scorers got averages 15 points per game.
Bryce Johnson Jr.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, I mean, their lead scorers, Bryce Johnson Jr. of 15.2, Keaton Melcher with 12, and Braden Morrow with 11. They are 16-5, actually. Yeah, they are 16-5. They have a 46.9524 power points. I'm gonna go to their schedule now. Okay, so Creighton Prep, they lost to by 20. La Vista South, they lost to by 2, and then they lost to North Star. So they're a one seed that's lost multiple games to these top 8 teams. What does that kind of show you about Bellevue West?
It'll be interesting on this year's playoffs for Class A.
So with
And
Bellevue
I
West,
watched Lincoln North Star. It's a pretty good team, honestly.
oh yeah, lost to them by 7. Let me click on box score. Okay, Lincoln North Star, Bellevue West was up 13-12 after quarter one. Lincoln North Star outscored them 22-4 in the second quarter. So Bellevue West won first quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and then North Star outscored them 22-4 in the second. That's insane. That's team number 1, 16-5. So it's kind of a little bit about Bellevue West. Next team is Lincoln Southwest. And once the time of state playoffs comes around, we'll make a separate podcast about kind of really deep diving. We're kind of just going over stuff right now, kind of seeing where things lay out. All right, when you're over to Lincoln Southwest, tell me what stands out about their stats. Damn. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also going to be at every single day of state playoffs. I'll try to record stuff and get it uploaded on the podcast, like shorts, and make a little something. Are you over onto Southwest?
Having technical difficulties.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go over stats and then I'll let you get in to their schedule then. So when I'm talking about stats, you can get in the schedule. All right. So they have two brothers, Uzziah Sanders and Micaiah Sanders. Uzziah Sanders averaging 23.1 a game, Micaiah Sanders averaging 18.4 a game, and then about 6 point dip off to their third lead scorer, which is Dakari Wilson with 12.6. Uzziah Sanders and Micaiah Sanders is literally on top, this top three in everything. Uzziah shooting 61%. Believe it or not, actually, there's a YouTuber called Sportsly something, and they make movies about all these like top teams, and they're on YouTube. And I watched one over Landon Dada for Omaha West Side, and then one for Jordan Castor from Lincoln North Star. So go ahead and I gotta figure it out. Let me head over to YouTube just so I can figure out what the exact name of it is called. Strictly Sports is what it's called. So if y'all want to go check that out, I'll leave it in the description of the podcast. Are you over on the Southwest now?
Yes, I am.
All right, head over to their schedule. Okay, first thing we can see is that they're 18-3. So kind of go over their losses now.
Their losses are to Omaha West Side 68-63. Um, Creighton Prep 65-45.
Mm.
And Bellevue West 87-70.
So Bellevue West is that number one team, and they beat them
Yeah,
by 17.
it's a 17.
All right, it's not awful. All right, team number 3 is Creighton Prep. They're an interesting team. They really are. I've actually paid a lot of attention to Class A schools, so watching Creighton Prep play, it's kind of fun. All right, I'm gonna head over to stats. All right, lead scorer Max Jungers with 12.6, Cooper Knight with 11.2, Corin Carter Brown with 9.4. I don't know a whole lot about the Torrent Carter Brown. Max Jungers, he's crazy with the ball. And then Cooper Knight, he can shoot the ball really well. Field goal percentage, Ivan Bamaze. Yeah, pretty good. Are you on to schedule?
Yep.
All right. They're 17-5. Let's kind of go over their losses.
They lost to Papillion La Vista 72-66 in overtime. They lost to Bellevue West 73-63. Lost to Omaha West Side 63-61.
And then beat them right after it.
Yeah. Lost to Lincoln North Star 58-55. And lost to Millard North 69-49.
So they beat West Side. So that says a lot. Me and Chris got to experience the Harlan Hoops Classic for the first full day that I'm sure both of us have watched. But we got to experience the Harlan Hoops Classic, and it was insane. We got to watch West Side play North Star. We got to watch Ogallala and Ashland Greenwood. So trying to wrap my head around so many teams right now. Um, all right. Next is Omaha West Side. I think watching Omaha West Side was really fun. They've got two players who are getting, scholarships, and I've got something for you too. I think you'd be pretty surprised. I got something for all you guys actually. All right, Emery Gadik, 16.7 points per game. London Dada, 15.6, and Donnie Barfield Jr. with a 11.7. Here's my stats for you guys. London Dada is his second lead scorer. He is actually getting scholarships from Nebraska, Creighton. Yeah, I think those are the only two. Nebraska, Creighton, and maybe Iowa. But he's getting scholarships from like big D1 teams, which is insane. And then Emery Gadik, where did he commit?
What team are we on?
Omaha West Side. Augustana University in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So it's a smaller school, but he's committed to a college basketball team. So that's something. All right. They are 19-4. Give us a little rundown on their schedule.
Um, Give me just a minute.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh, technical difficulties.
Yeah, major technical
What's
difficulties.
it doing? It's not loading.
It's not responding.
Is that literally what it says?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
literally just crashed.
All right. Try refreshing Chrome.
I did.
All right.
This is my third time getting
Try restarting your computer, and I'll just kind of talk to you about it and everything. All right. Bellevue West. Omaha West Side lost to Bellevue West 74-62. Then West Side lost to Creighton Prep 76-70. And then they lost to Papillion La Vista South 73-68. Oh, and then they lost to Storm Lake 99-97 in 3 overtimes.
back. Storm Lake.
A
Where's
loss.
that at?
I don't know because I think North Star played them too.
That sounds like an Iowa school.
I think it is. Yep, Storm Lake, Iowa. Lost to them in 3 overtimes by 2. That is intense.
That would be intense.
Yeah, we gotta get moving though. Spending a little too much time on Class A. All right, then we've got Lincoln North Star. All right, Lincoln North Star. Got the experience watching them too. Jordan Castor, 17.3 a game. Easton Switzer, 12. And Jason Afa. I don't know how to pronounce that name, so I'm sorry if I butcher it. Uh, Amazing ball players. And then their team rundown. They're 17-5. Stats. Nope, I meant to click schedule. They lost to Lincoln Southeast 64-63. Lost to them by 1. Lost to Lincoln Southwest 71-59. And they just then lost to Lincoln Southwest again 72-56. Then lost to Omaha Central 77-58. And then, Chris, we got to watch this game. Lost Omaha West Side 60-52 in overtime. Wow. Okay. Now we're on to Millard North. Leave down in the comment section what teams you guys follow. That helps us out a lot to know kind of where everybody sits. They are also 16-5. Lost to Oak Park 88-68. Lost to Lincoln North Star 57-52. Lost to Creighton Prep 46-33. Lost to Northwest 70-68. And then lost to Omaha West Side 60-56. Are you still having technical difficulties?
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Are you able to get onto NSAA?
Nope.
Does it just say cannot reach or something?
Yeah. What's the next team?
Next team should be Papillion La Vista South.
I'm just using my phone.
Okay.
I'm on the schedule.
You're on the schedule for Papillion La Vista South. All
Yep.
right. I'll do stats. You do scheduling. All
All
right.
right.
Papillion La Vista stats. Starts off Levi Webb 20.6, Connor Falkenberg 15.5, and then a huge jump off to Kenyon Slobodny. Give us a rundown on their schedule.
They lost their first game to Millard South 67-69. Lost to Lincoln Southwest 63-89. Lost to Millard North 30-61.
Dang.
Lost to Papillion La Vista 58-69. And lost to Johnston 42-52. And then lost to Lincoln High 63-69.
Okay, so there you can see that Creighton Prep has, or Papillion La Vista has lost. Papillion La Vista South has lost to uncontenders. Johnston, I believe. Johnston's 10-8. I mean, you're sitting in the top, and then it's Papillion La Vista. Just Papillion La Vista.
That's
All
crazy.
all right. They're 14-8, and they're sitting as the 8th seed, by the way. Let me know when you're on their schedule. I'm on stats.
Who, Papillion La Vista?
Yeah, just Papillion La Vista. I give you a little rundown of their stats. Sam Bodro, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm sorry. Averaging 15, Cedric Williams, 11.5, and Demarcus McCarty with 10.7. Once you are on the schedule, give us a little
Yep.
rundown.
Papillion La Vista lost to Bellevue West 62-68. Lost to Scott Catholic 58-60. Lost to Omaha Central 57-65. Lost to Omaha West Side in the holiday tournament 56-59. Lost to Lincoln 64-65. Lost to Millard North 65-69. Lost to Lincoln North Star 62-68. And lost to Omaha West Side 56-64.
And now they're on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game winning streak. But once again, they have also played nobody.
Fremont 71-24. That's crazy.
What? Oh, the
Just looking
Fremont
at
game?
the Fremont game.
Yeah, that's not good. All right, guys, that was Class A. So quick, another run. The Bellevue West is the 1 seed, 16 and 5. Lincoln Southwest is the 2 seed at 18 and 3. Creighton Prep is 17 and 5 at the 3 seed. Omaha West Side is the 4 seed at 19 and 4. Lincoln North Star is the 5 seed at 17 and 5. Millard North is the 6 seed at 16 and 5. Papillion La Vista South is the 7 seed at 13 and 6, and Papillion La Vista is the 8 seed at 14 and 8. On to Class B. The first team is Omaha Scott Catholic, which I think you have to look up. I'm just gonna look up Scott, and it's right there, Scott Catholic. Give you guys a rundown on their stats while Chris is getting to their schedule. All right, lead scorer George Zybel with 15.4. Eddie Linderman at 10.6, and Lucas Heller at 8.7. I'm going to say rundown on their schedule when you are ready. They are 20 and
They
2.
are 20. Yeah. They lost to Gretna 40-43. Then lost to a Class C school, Ashland Greenwood 53-60.
But we do know that Ashland Greenwood, they're
They don't mess around.
no. And they're also on after that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 game winning streak. They also beat Norris 55-52. So is Scott Catholic the real deal?
It might be.
All right. Well, we're gonna find out. Next is Norris, which we is the only game we did not watch. We left right before that Norris game. Seats of the Harlan Hoops Classic. They hurt. Alrighty, stats. They're also 20 and 2. Chris Garner Jr. at 16.4, Shane Holland at 13.2, and Evan Greenfield at 11.5.
Their two losses are to Bellevue West 73-76 and to Scott Catholic 52-55.
Damn!
So they've only lost a total by 6 points this whole season.
Look what they did to Milford, game 5.
I did see that, yeah. But Milford, I don't think that's a Class C school.
Well, they beat Milford 103-41. Milford, my friends, is a they're a C1. So yeah.
They
I
have put a big spanking on a couple opponents.
oh yeah. Next is Scott's Bluff. All right, stats. Riley Meininger, 18.5. Nate Kelly at 16.2. And Keon Delgado at 10.1. And then when you are ready for the schedule, go ahead.
They are 18-4. Their 4 losses were to Century 54-62, Scott Catholic 57-69, Ogallala 62-74, and Norris 48-59.
Yes, sir. So they're competing with some bigger teams. So I mean, they beat McCook, who's just outranked. You'll see later. They're McCook's they beat 55-37. So they're cooking. All right, next we got Roncalli Catholic. Just look up Roncalli, Roncalli. It is right there. Roncalli Catholic out of Omaha, Nebraska. Stats. We got Brady McGill at 11.5, Ben Mossbach at 9.9, and Henry Drexel at a 9.8. And when you are ready,
They are 17-3. They lost to Ashland Greenwood 26-66,
dang.
Scott Catholic 32-48, and Scott Catholic 29-54.
So they could not compete with Scott Catholic at all. So
No.
With Scott Catholic being in there, Roncalli, gotta watch out. Get next is Wahoo. Stats. All right. Cody Hesser at 18.3, Landon Glock at 12, and Jace Kaminsky at 8.6. When you're ready for their schedule, go ahead.
They are 17-4 with losses to Norris 48-63, Standing Bear, wow, 36-39, Ashland Greenwood 43-51, and Ashland Greenwood 38-51.
So lost to Ashland Greenwood twice. Okay. Next, we got Elkhorn North. We also got to watch them play. They played Grand Island Central Catholic. Alrighty. Stats. Sutton Piatkowski at 17.7. Ellen Murphy at 15.3. And Carter Peterson at 13.4. And when you ready?
They are 15-5 with losses to Papillion La Vista South 68-69, Platteview 58-65, Norris
So they
71-76,
played Norris close.
Scott Catholic 43-54, and Norris again 57-66.
What do you consider a blowout in basketball? When do you consider a game like a blowout in basketball? for high school sports.
High school sports, at least 15.
Okay. All right,
15 points.
next we've got Aurora. I gotta watch Aurora play last year in their district final. That was really fun. Alrighty. Aurora Huskies basketball and stats. Cannon Allen at 12.8. Ryan Stayer, 11.9. And Jackson Slagle at 11.4. Go ahead and run us down their schedule.
They lost, they're 18-4, lost to Wahoo 43-66, Ron Cowley Catholic 41-54, Lincoln Christian 34-47, Pius X 56-61. But I feel like they're going to have a fifth loss this Thursday
The
when they
Scott
take on
Catholic.
Scott Catholic.
I think I'm gonna have to agree there. All right. Well, we got one more. We got one more, ladies and gentlemen. Gretna East. The Griffins.
With a 15-6 record.
Yes, sir. All right, stats. We are looking at Drake Brown, 17.4, Jake Holly, 9.2, and Connor Levinson at 8.3. Give us a rundown, Chris.
With 15-6 record, their losses to are Bellevue West 56-72, Bennington 79-84, Norris 57-64, Norris again 47-82, Elkhorn North 54-72, and Scottsbluff 53-71.
And they've got Gretna to finish the season. All right. All right. So a rundown on Class B. Number one, Omaha Scott Catholic at 20-2. Number two is Norris at 20-2. Number three is Scotts Bluff at 18-4. Number four is Omaha Roncalli Catholic at 17-3. Number five is Wahoo at 17-4. Number six is Elkhorn North at 15-5. Number seven is Aurora at 18-4. And number eight is Gretna East at 15-6. Are you ready for Class C?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. C1. Number one team. This might have been the most entertaining game that I've ever watched in my life. Ogallala. All right. Stats. Nope. Stats. All right. Sawyer Smith is the lead scorer at 21.2. Then is Tanner DeCastro at 15.8. And then is Rylan Gilmore at 12. And crazy enough, Chris, something
They
that we
are
don't
20-0.
something we don't have to do is go through losses. They are 20-0. They ended the losing streak on Ashland Greenwood, which you guys are going to find out literally in about a minute. Well, yeah, they beat Ashland Greenwood, gave them their first loss. So on to Ashland Greenwood. And when you were there, kind of give us a rundown on what impressed you about that game. Two undefeated teams going back and forth.
It was just an insane game in general.
Yeah, like I've had so many friends tell me that there's not a difference between Class D2 and Class A. And it's just people's like, what are the difference? Well, there's maybe one or two kids who can dunk on a D2 team. Uh, if you can't dunk in a Class A, you ain't making the team. And that's kind of how it goes. All right. Ashton Greenwood lead scorers Derek Conjus at 17.2, Cooper Westerhold at 13.4, and Cal Kissinger at 12.4. Give us a rundown on their one loss.
Their one loss to was Ogallala, 52-56.
A 4-point game. Ashton Greenwood actually, refs kind of started letting them in there at the end. Crowd was going nuts. Tell you that. And to finish off their seasons, Bishop Newman and Winnebago. All right, number three is Kozad. I actually had the lovely pleasure on playing them in summer ball. That was not fun. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That was terrible. We lost by we lost bad. I don't remember the score. I don't want to remember the score. All right, stats. Kellen Shoemaker, 18.2. Oliver Davis at 13.3. And Chaden Hoffmaster at 12.2. Give us a rundown on their two losses.
Their two losses were from one team, and that's Ogallala. First time they lost 55-75 and lost the second time 48-79.
So between the one seed and the three seed, it's not even close, guys. That's kind of insane. Yeah, Ogallala is a solid 3 points average better than. Um,
I couldn't imagine playing a basketball team that only scores 15 points.
yeah, that's terrible. Where do you see that at?
At Lexington, they won 58-15.
Dang. Yeah, I'm looking at that now. That's insane.
That would
All
be a
right.
boring game.
All right. Next is Auburn.
Or they beat Centura 81-23.
Auburn Stats. All right. They got a Ryan Gunther, 14.1. Brenton Wenzel at 13.0. And Brian Palmer at 10.2. And you are there. Give us a rundown on their loss.
They are 20-1 with one loss to Platt Smith, 50-54.
Not too shabby. I don't know how they do the rankings, obviously, because Kozad's a two-loss team by a lot, and Auburn's only lost one by 4 points. So I don't know how that necessarily rolls out.
I think they might take it off of like how many of the same opponents you play and
True. How good they are.
you beat them and stuff.
All right, next one is Bridgeport, which I've kind of interested on. Bridgeport's a team that I've never actually looked at. So, all right. Got Hayes Watts at 16.5. We got Gage 9 at 12.9, and Landon Dean at 9.6. Give us a rundown on their losses.
They got four losses totaling now. To one to Donovan Trumbull, 38-61. Gothenburg, 46-61. Ogallala, 42-72. And Alliance, 47-58.
Not terrible. Um, I mean they
I
won.
didn't know Hastings College hosts Heartland Hoops Classic too.
Really?
Yeah, that's who they lost to. Donovan Trumbull was in the Heartland Hoops Classic at Hastings College.
I did not know that. All
That's
right,
interesting.
on to Gothenburg. Stats: Bryson Niels 10.2, Braden Ellers at 9.6, and Boone Tedderman at 9.5. Run us down on their losses.
They have four losses with 18-4 record. Lost to Adams Central, 41-45. Lost to Kozad, 58-73. Lost to Kozad, 47-59. And lost to McCook, 44-45.
Hey, go to their second to last. Go to their second to last game too.
With Kearney Catholic.
Oh, that's no the one above.
Oh, Highline, the forfeit.
Mm-hmm. It's like they had the forfeit.
Would have
Uh,
been a win anyways. They're 8-13.
yeah, probably. All right, next is Douglas County West.
Never even heard of them.
I have not either. They're from Valley, Nebraska. Heard of Dundee County, but that's not Douglas County. All right, basketball stats. All right, Douglas County West Falcons leading scorers. Trey Olson at 10.3, Nolan Asher at 10.2, Trey Schreiber at 10. Give us a rundown on their schedule.
They have an 18-5 record with losses to Ogallala 28-57, Utan 54-59, Wahoo 48-56, Utan again 52-54, and Platteview 46-56.
So something to point out, their first loss to UTAM, 59-54, was in overtime. Their second loss to UTAM was 54-52 in two overtimes. So they match up really good against UTAN. By the way, you're going to figure out UTAN is the number one team in Class C2, but we'll get there. And then the last one is Grand Island Central Catholic, which we also got to watch, obviously, this
I
weekend.
figured they were a small team watching them.
They were a really small team, actually. I wasn't, I
Normally
was,
they have like some height on their team, but this year
yeah.
they didn't have much height.
I mean, their lead scorers, what, 5'6", they said?
Yeah,
All right.
shorter
Braylon,
than me.
oh, yeah. Braylon Wolf, 12.2. Connor Haney, 11.6. And Thomas Birch at 9.9. Give us a rundown on their record.
18-5 with losses to Gross Catholic 41-55, Mount Michael Bennett whatever
Benedictine.
46-54, Bergen Catholic 41-56, Gothenburg 35-36, and Elkhorn North 41-64.
And they close it off against St. Paul.
St. Paul's a 10-11 team.
So, should win that one. So, as you don't know, obviously, there are four teams in sub-districts. You get to go win your sub-district and then win a district final. And then usually if you're in a really, really good district final, if you lose by a certain amount of points, you could get in as a wild card and be like an 8 seed, 7 seed. I mean, you'd still be playing in state, but, it's better than playing in nothing. All right. And then, on to C2. You ready for C2?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's get it started with a UTAN. Alrighty, the UTAN Chieftains. Stats: Isaac Couch, 12.2. Ryan McGuire, 11.1. Carson Jury, 9.3. Give us a rundown on their losses.
They have two losses towards Ashland Greenwood 41-49 and Syracuse 51-59.
Okay. They have beat some Class C1 teams here. I'm looking at Douglas County West is in the mix. Um, maybe North or McCool Junction, 59-42. We'll talk about McCool Junction here in a bit. All right, next is Bergen Catholic. Um, they might have the funnest player that we watched on Saturday, and Chris could probably back me up on that one. It
Oh yeah.
was it was really fun to watch. All right. All right, Bergen Catholic or Archbishop Bergen, whatever you prefer to call them by. Their leading scorer, Gavin Baker at 21.4, Trey Mooney at 13.0, and Kill Sheets at 11.1. Give us a rundown on their loss.
Baker is a tall kid too.
Oh, he is big.
Their one loss is to Concordia 44-54.
Yep. And they beat a really good Donovan Trumbull, too, by the way. Next, we got Alma. Kind of trying to fly through this so we don't get the podcast too long for y'all. All right. Xavier Mitchell at 16.1, Tucker Biscup at 15.7, and Grady Feynman, 8.6. I did not think I had him on I don't think I had him on my paper. All righty. Give us a run on their loss.
Their losses to Kozad 34-65.
I'm trying to
And
find it. Trying to find it. Beginning of season. All right. 65, 34, 34, 65. Dang. Lost by 30.
they beat Highline 56 to 8. Arapahoe 64 to 6. Those would be really boring games.
Yeah, those are gonna be terrible. All right, next is Freeman. The Freeman.
Raymond.
All righty. Go over stats. Easton Buss at 17.6, Keegan White at 14.0, and Hayden Jansen at 11.8. Give us a run on their losses.
They have 4 losses to Auburn, 44-54. Tri County 41 to 50. Auburn again 36-55. And Johnson Brock 50 to 56.
In overtime. All right. Well, I mean, they beat some good teams. Hmm. All right. So good that. All right. Next is Kimball. Kimball. The Kimball Longhorns. Lincoln Bayrand at 12.8. Riker Bayrand at 12.1. And Braxton Miller at 10.9. Give us a rundown on their losses.
They are 17-5 with losses to Hershey 50 to 75, Bridgeport 49-59, Bridgeport 56-66,
Damn.
Bridgeport 33 to 65, and Pine Bluffs 47-59.
So I take it as they're in the same division as Bridgeport.
Uh, no, they're not in the same district.
Not in the same district.
Non-district,
Yeah, not in the same district. I'm not saying like conference.
probably.
All right. Next is Norfolk Catholic. All right. The Norfolk Catholic Knights. Stats. Gavin Shutt at 19.1. Callan Marshall at 15.0. And Braden Koch at 18 or at 8.0. 8. I don't know why I said point 0. All right. Give us a rundown on their losses.
They have 4 losses to Lincoln Lutheran 34-43, Grand Island Central Catholic 39-44, Bishop Newman 41 to 50, and Archangels Catholic 68-73.
It's crazy. You lost with Class D school. Class D2 school, actually. Well, there you go. Not bad. And then they will finish the season off against Cedar Catholic. All righty. Next team is the Valentine.
Valentine's going to have a long road trip for them.
Yep. That's way out there. Stats. Isaac Cronin at 21.2. Dominic Bebo 14.6. And Tristan Bebout with 9.4. A lot of brothers. Um, Give us a rundown on their losses.
They have 3 losses to Gothenburg 52-65, Ogallala 53-84, and Bridgeport 41-56.
There you go. And the last team, North Bend Central. Uh, 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 uh. Coda Bear, 15.2. Cash Heinous, 15.2. And then a huge jump off to Braxton Chvaltel. That's 7.8. Give us a rundown on their losses.
They are 19-5 with losses to Malcolm 50-52, West Point Beamer 46-63, Utan 42-49, Milford 44-56, and Bergen Catholic 52-61.
And they are on a. They beat How. Wow. They beat Howells Dodge 74-40. And then 64
and
50.
64-50.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, Class C2, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, UTAN at 19-2. Two is Bergen Catholic at 21-1. Three is Alma at 22-1. Four is Freeman at 16-4. Five is Kimball at 17-5. Six is Norfolk Catholic at 18-4. Seven is Valentine at 19.3. And eight is North Bend Central at 19.5. On to Class D1. With the first team being Howells Dodge. All right. Their lead scorers Chase Luther 14.1, Andre Martin 13.0, and Nathan Tomkak at 12.7. Give us a run on their losses.
They are 19-3 and started off the season pretty hot with a 15-game win streak. Then losing to Pender at home, 54-60.
In overtime.
North Bend Central, 50-64, and North Bend Central, 40-74.
In a notable win, they did also just beat St. Mary's 68-56 at the Grand Island Hoops Classic. Next is Lutheran High Northeast, which is, I think, just Lutheran Northeast. Yep. Lutheran Northeast. Stats. The Artignan Taylor, I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm sorry, 15.6. Gavin Federn at 11.7, and then Ian McDonald, I'm assuming, at 11.4. Guess they're on their schedule.
Have three losses to Elkhorn Valley, 38-46, Norfolk Catholic, 58-64, and Archangels Catholic, 43-54.
Okay. They beat Riverside, so that's all they need to do.
And they play Howells Dodge to end the season.
Ooh. All right, next we got North Platte. I did not mean to put that in. Oh, you got to type St. Patrick's, don't you? All right. That's annoying. St. Patrick's. Instead of North Platte, type in St. Patrick's. And it's right there. Basketball. Man, that is hard to freaking. Whoa. Dang. Is she in their record?
I am not.
Can you find St. Patrick's?
I cannot.
Okay, literally just type in ST dot space Patrick's. Don't type in the North Platte, just type in St. Patrick's.
Okay, there we
All right. Stats.
go.
Ben
13.
Ben Heirigs, 20.9. Peyton Kramer at 15.0. And then Sutton Tickle at 8.9. Give us a run on their schedule.
13-9. I don't know how they made that. They lost to Valentine 55-60, lost to Bridgeport 32-60, lost to Ogallala 53-83, lost to Gothenburg 59-85, lost to Minden 52-54, lost to Sandy Creek 50-54, and lost to Hershey 44-50, lost to Kimball 66-71.
You also missed Cozad at 81-50. Lost to Cozad also 81-50. And they're on a 4-game winning streak, so that's all that matters. And they end with Paxton. Next is McCool Junction, which is in my school's conference. So I kind of know a little bit about these guys. Alrighty. Carson McDonald at 18.5, Jackson McDonald at 9.9, and Colby Yates at 8.7. Give us a rundown on their losses.
They have 6 losses to Cross County, 47-58, Twin River 57-59, Utan 42-58, Cozad 37-64, Deschler 49-60, East Butler 49-52.
And looks like their season's done.
Dang. They beat High Plains 63-12.
Yeah, don't worry about that. All right. On
Dang.
on the East Butler.
What happened there?
A lot, I'm sure. On, I'm gonna take a look at this quickly. Class C2. No, this ain't C2, is it? This is D1. What am I doing?
With
Come on.
one loss, and they're like, what are they put it placed?
What?
What's East Butler placed in the tourney?
Fifth.
With one loss.
Yeah,
Everybody I've said had
I
more than
I'm assuming. Well,
what in the
also,
world?
yeah, St. Mary or North Platte, St. Patrick's is 13-9, and they're in. McCool Junction's 16-6, they're in, and then East Butler is 21-1. So, by the way, it's East Butler and McCool Junction would play, so that's kind of cool. Um, all right, East Butler basketball schedule. Nope, diamond stats. Uh, Drew Wackel, 14.4. Grant Kojaset at 14.2, and Owen Obink at 12.1. Give us a rundown on their loss.
One loss is to McCool Junction, 48-61.
That was in the conference tournament, by the way. Championship, actually. And then McCool Junction beat them right after 52-49.
Dang. They 2-0'd High Plains.
Yeah, the first game was terrible, though. We played them really
50 to
close.
20 and 52 to 41.
It's okay, though. Next is Mead, which we also played.
Well, fine.
Alrighty. Boys basketball stats. Their lead scorers Derek CA at 15.6, Mason Reed at 11.5, and Abe Lee at 5. Give us a rundown on their losses.
Have 6 losses to Sutton 41-44, Utan 22-44, Howells Dodge 34-64, East Butler 56-57, Auburn 34-58, and Auburn 29-73.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, and then they beat High Plains, just in case y'all are wondering, 56-24. On the Bertrand. All right. Thunder Nelson at 21.7, Scotty Biker at 20.3, and then Hunter Nelson at 9.5. Give us a rundown on their losses.
They are 19-4 with losses to Alma 32-45, Elm Creek 41-65, Elm Creek 55-84, and Alma 38-56. So they're two
Hey,
against two of the same teams.
yeah, Alma and
Elm
Elm
Creek.
Creek. All right. The last team is Overton. Alrighty. Their lead scorers Brock McCarter at 19.6, Eli Luther at 18.7, and Dawson McCarter at 10.4. Give us a rundown on their losses.
They are 19-3 with losses to Amherst 48-74, St. Patrick's North Platte 50-53, and Bertrand 55-56.
Yes, sir. All right. So your rundown. By the way, Creek, who was mentioned a lot in there, is right outside of the top 10. Howells Dodge, number one, Howells Dodge at 19.3. Number two, Lutheran High Northeast, 19-3. Number three is North Platte St. Patrick's, 13-9. Number four is McCool Junction at 16-6. Number five is East Butler at 21-1. Number six is Mead at 15-6. Number seven is Bertrand at 19-4. And number eight is Overton at 19-3. On to the final class of our podcast, ladies and gentlemen. With the first team that we were talking about is Elgin Public Pope John. I think if you type in Elgin Pope John. It should work. Yes, sir. Elgin Pope John, right there. Basketball stats. All right. Jarek Erickson at 16.0 points. Carson Kalhoff at 12.7. And Max Hen at 11.9. Give us a rundown on their loss,
And that was to St. Mary's 48-63.
which was just a couple games ago. So they just lost their first game. Next,
And they
Archangels.
have St. Mary's to end the season.
That's been a good game. I ain't gonna lie. That could potentially be a championship. All right. Archangels Catholic. Brendan Johannes at 12.9 points a game. Gavin Geilenkirchen at 10.9 a game. And Ethan Weisler at 9.5. Give us a rundown on their loss.
Their one loss to is to Howes Dodge 45-57.
Okay. Okay. Next is St. Mary's, which we also got to watch. Chris said it was really fun getting to watch their lead scorer. All right. Stats. Ben Barlow at 19.2. Gage Headstrom at 14.5. And Lan Bybee at 12.1. Give us a rundown on their losses.
Hold up.
Yeah, find it.
Okay.
It's ST, not actual Saint. It's just ST. Then Mary's.
See, not even popping up.
What's it say?
Zero results.
All right. Type in ST dot space Mary apostrophe S.
There we go.
All right. Give us a
Two
rundown.
losses to Norfolk Catholic 59-75 and Howells Dodge 56-68.
And that was the game we got to watch. Next is Bancroft Rosalie, which High Plains could play to go to. Unfortunately, that could be a game that sends us to a state tournament game. All right, here we go. Dang, I ain't liking their schedule either. All right,
14-8.
KJ Blackhawk at 20.9, Jaden Browning at 16.2, and Braylon Wagner at 9.1. Give us a rundown on their schedule.
They are 14-8 with losses to Bergen Catholic 47-79, Pender 49-51, West Point Beamer 54-70, Howells Dodge 55-56, Humphrey Lindsay 47-48, Winnebago 26-63, North Bend Central 52-70, and Humphrey Lindsay again 41-65.
That's kind of inconsistent. Some games are good, some games are bad. Lawrence Nelson. All righty, lads and gents.
The Raiders.
The home of the Raiders. Stats. Leading scorer Wyatt Frey, 16.8. Caden Colbertson, 11.1. And Jace Holting at 10.4. Give us a rundown on their losses.
Their two losses to are McCool Junction 48-86 and St. Cecilia 52-69.
All righty. Then is Deshler. Lawrence Nelson and Deshler are in the exact same sub-district, by the way. Their leading scorers Easton Nash at 17.4, Caden Clean at 14.4, and then Carson Cyber at 11.7. Give us a rundown on their losses.
Their two losses to Tri-County 37-69 and Red Cloud 64-74.
In overtime, by the way. They got outscored 15-5 in overtime. Alrighty. And then is Falls City Sacred Heart. So just type in Fall Stadium. Open. Nope, I'm gonna have to type in Sacred Heart, ain't I? Yeah, of course it's gonna be like this, cause Fall City right there. Alright, Fall City Sacred Heart. I am here. And we just passed the hour mark. All right, Cole Taft at 14.2, Brendan Lemerond 14.0, and Bo Fletcher at 12.8. Give us a rundown on their schedule.
Falls City.
Yeah, type in Sacred Heart, just Sacred Heart, and it's like a what's it called?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, and then it says Fall City.
They are 13-8 with losses to Exeter, Milligan, Friend 47-60, Syracuse 49-66, Tri-County 51-74, Elmwood, Murdoch 41-54, Bishop, LeBlanc 32-41. Never heard of that school.
I haven't either.
Tri-County 40-56. Auburn 42-72, and Johnson Brock 33-61.
Dang. Last team is Why Not?
Why not?
Why not? Why not? All right, dang. Leading scorers Devin Brummer, 17.6. Coach, Coke, 8.6. And Justin Himes at 6.9. Give us a rundown on their losses.
They are 12-11 with losses to Guardian Angels 47-64, St. Mary's 48-60, Archangels Catholic 52-59, Desmond 59-71, Pender 39-43, West Central 45-58, Cedar Catholic 44-57, Winnebago 53-56, Ponca 51-53, Winnebago again 39-52, and Lutheran Northeast 40-54.
Dang. All right, so Class D2, the last class. Number one, Elgin Public Pope John at 21-1. Number two is Archangels Catholic at 21-1. Number three is St. Mary's at 21-2, and then a huge jump off. Number four is Bancroft Rosalie at 14-8. Five is Lawrence Nelson at 18-2. Number six is Deschler at 19-2. Number seven is Fall City Sacred Hearts at 13-8, and number eight is Why Not at 12-11. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that should be the end of the podcast. We are going to, when it comes closer to state time and stuff's actually out, we're going to figure something out. But we are back on our grind for basketball, ladies and gentlemen. So, even sports in general, some big football news that we got to talk to. For instance, Tyreek Hill is just released for the Dolphins. So, NFL definitely needs to be a talk that we go back into because the Broncos can't win Super Bowls. So, neither can the Giants.
Hey,
Anyways,
where were the Giants?
they were at home watching. Do you got hold on? Do you got anything else today?
I do not.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Sports Infusion podcast. Anyways, I'm Cameron and I am your host,
And your co-host, Chris.
and we'll catch you guys next week on the Sports Infusion podcast. Peace out.